So previously we used join to get the category ID, and that's the way to do it. That's the way we will normally do it. But I just want to show you another way, and I think that this is a good example to show it in. Since we only need one column, in this case category ID, we can use an inner select instead of a join. And let me show you the syntax of that. Okay, we know that we can go ahead and say select P category, select from products P where P product ID is equal to 1, and I can select P category ID, and we can create a simple select statement. It's a very clear one. So we can actually put this select statement within the original select statement. Instead of using the P category ID, I can delete all of this outer storm stuff that we don't really need, and I can take this little statement and place it here. I'll just put it within parens. So if I do this, I'll get the category of product 1 to all of them. But here I can say instead of equals to 1, I can say equals to od.product ID, and now I'll get the correct category ID for each and every one. Now this column doesn't have a name, so I can say space category ID, and it will also have a name to make it easy for tools and things to look at. And this is a very cool way of doing what we just talked about. Let's go ahead and look at the difference. So instead, just let's save it and see the changes. So instead of doing a left outer join, which is big and cumbersome, we now have just a simple select statement that works over here. Now, this has the benefit of being the closest interpretation in SQL to a relation, but it also has a lot of downfalls. For example, it can only return one row, it can only return one column. If you need multiple columns, then you're stuck. And it probably is, in many cases, inferior in performance compared to join, but in other cases it is not, because it will only happen on the resulting data set. Now, I'm not going to go into the inner depths of why you should use this or that. This is something that you'll learn later, but it's important that you understand both ways, and we will use both ways in the solutions that we want to reach over here. Okay, but knows that it works, knows that it plays, know this strategic. It's called inner select, and it's an amazing tool to get some things done. But to get the category of ID, I'm going to use the outer join. So I'm going to go ahead and save this just from generations and say using inner select. But in real life, to get the category ID, I will undo everything and use our nice little join. Perfect. So let's see if we have our join. Run it, great. I'll also do something like this for the sake of order. Perfect.